guys, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a good day, even though the weather's not that great today. We're going to go over our iReady reading lesson. So if you want to get your iReady books, go ahead and get that. I'm going to share the screen while you're getting those. We're going to be on page 152. If you need to pause, go ahead and pause. We're going to be on this page here, page 152, the house by the side of the road. And we're still doing theme for poetry. Okay, I saw my screen going a little crazy. Hopefully that didn't record on there, but maybe it did. Okay, so the house by the side of the road is a poem that's back from the 1800s. I believe it was published in 1890. So just a little bit about the poem when it's talking about men. You know, it's not saying anything about women because back in the day and that time, women weren't equal to men. So when they talk about men, they're actually talking about humankind. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read the poem and then we're going to go over it a little bit. So as you can see, there's 16 lines on that poem. And there is 4 stanzas. So we're going to go ahead and read that. And you can kind of hear where the stanzas end. Okay, so let me live in a house by the side of the road where the race of men go by, the men who are good and the men who are bad, as good and as bad as I. I would not sit in the scorner's seat nor hurl the cynic's ban. Let me live in a house by the side of the road and be a friend to man. I see from my house by the side of the road, by the side of the highway light, the men who press the ardor of hope, the men who are faint with the strife. But I turn not away from their smiles nor their tears, both parts of an infinite plan. Let me live in the house by the side of the road and be a friend to man. So this morning we went over the poem a little bit and we underlined what we thought were the important parts of the poem that gave a lot of details to what the poem is going to be about. So we underlined those. Here you can see we underlined the men who are good and the men who are bad, as good and as bad as I. We also underlined and be a friend to man. And then we underline these 3, the men who press with the ardor of hope, the men who are faint with the strife, but I turn not away from their smiles nor their tears. So we underline those details because in those details, he's talking about here, being a friend, kind of like sticking with people, like being a friend, you know, even if they're smiling, even through their tears, being there for people. So if we look at line 11, you see there's the word ardor, and then line 12, there's the word strife. So those are 2 words that aren't words that we use a lot. So down here, we're going to write the definition of those words, okay? Because I thought those were 2 important words that you haven't probably seen or heard of before. So we got strife, S-T-R-I-F-E, and that is an angry disagreement over issues. And then we got ardor, which is enthusiasm or excitement. And sometimes ardor is like a passion for something. So your enthusiasm, your passion or excitement for something that you're going to be doing. So his was like pressed with his like enthusiasm of hope, his excitement of hope. And after you're done writing those down, if you need to pause, go ahead. We're going to turn to the next page, and that is page 153. And on page 153, you see up here at the top where it says lyric poems express feelings and ideas. So we're going to look at part A and we're going to read, how is the theme of the poem shared through the speaker's words? Was it A, the speaker believes that hope gives all people a reason to live? B, the speaker believes it's good to offer criticism to help people improve? C, the speaker believes that he should only sit and observe what people do and say? Or D, the speaker believes that people should be accepted as they are? So the answer is D. The speaker believes that people should be accepted as they are. And as you can see from some of the lines we underlined and from what the author says, that is what he truly believes. So part B says, choose 3 lines from the poem that best support your answer from part A. Write them in the box below. So the ones that we chose this morning were the men who are good and the men who are bad. We chose that line. We also chose and be a friend to man. And then our third one was, but I turn away from their smiles and tears. So those 3 support, best support the poem from this part, from part A, saying that all people should be accepted as they are. When you're done writing that, you're going to go ahead and turn to page 155. On 155, it's going to look like this. And it has the levels of meaning like we did yesterday with our other 2 poems about roads. So in the poem, you're going to write, what is the poem mostly about? So this morning we said the poem was mostly about living by the side of the road with others. Because he talks a lot about living on the side of the road throughout the poem. He also talks about the life lesson that he's going to learn by living on the side of the road. What's the life lesson that he learns or gives us some hints throughout the poem? And that is, treat others you would want to be treated. So in the poem, he talks about living by the side of the road and how you need to treat others, no matter where you are and no matter who is around you, no matter good or bad. Remember, he talks about that in, I believe it was line 4 and line 5, or line 3 and 4. So his life lesson in saying that is to treat others as you would want to be treated. So what thoughts or feelings are shared also throughout the poem? What does the author share with you, his thoughts and his feelings? You should accept others for who they are. And that goes along with treating others the way you want to be treated, accepting people for who they are, not being judgmental, right? So if you put all 3 of these things together, we get our theme. And the theme is treat others with respect, be they good or bad. And we did have some other themes this morning that were really good. But this is the one we came up with together to kind of just bring together all 3 different ideas that we wrote down for the author. I don't know why the camera keeps doing that, shuttering. So then we also wrote a short response on the bottom about what is the theme of the poem. Use information in your chart to explain the details in the poem. Help to develop the theme, include details from the poem in your response. So we wrote, the theme is to treat others with respect, be they good or bad, which means don't judge others and act kindly toward everyone. So throughout the poem, the author was trying to give you little hints here and there about being kind to others, not judging people. And that's basically his theme. He doesn't come out and he's not going to say it. You have to really read into the details, especially when it's a poem, because they're just going to give you little hints and little clues. So that is all for today. Remember to do your iReady and Reading Plus. There's actually an iReady assigned lesson that goes with theme of the poem. So don't forget to do those. Try to do, one every day so that by the end of the week you have your 5 iReady and your 5 Reading Plus done. There's also a social studies assignment today. So make sure you get those done. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you.